So you guys have seen the recent news, okay, with the job layoffs and all of the people who are being put out of job for all of the various reasons. And I just asked these questions like, if you have realized, they seem to be jobs that are in the Western space, okay, the Europes, the Americas, the Asia's, like that's just where you're hearing a lot of these job losses. And then I'm asking myself, is it the same thing in Africa? Is it the same thing in like what they call developing countries? Is it the same story? Okay, are people losing their jobs due to whatever technology, AIs, and all that has been transpiring, all of the reasons that these companies are giving for which they're laying off people? Okay, and there's three things I have come to realize, and these things are: number one is the media focus, the economic structure, and then the perceived impact. Now, with the media focus, okay, Western media, for whatever reason, seem to, focus all of the news items on job losses in the West, perhaps due to proximity or due to, the cultural connection, I should say. But then, for some reason, they are able to find it newsworthy to cover news that relates to, some malnourished child in some African village somewhere, malaria killing people, somewhere, a coup d'etat. Like, for some reason, they have that connection to get news or to source news from, those backgrounds, or some political news that more often than not speaks to them. Okay, so I'm still asking, why don't they focus your lenses on, things like such? Again, the economic structures. I understand that the structures are entirely different, like vastly different. Okay, there's so much different when it comes to the economic structures that we have. Okay, both the, say, African structures and then the European or Western structures. And the reason perhaps might be it's because, okay, they seem to have like a more formalized, like a highly formalized job sector. Okay, and whereas the African side, we do not have such structured economy. Okay, take a company like Indeed.com. Okay, I bet you can profile and give you data that would amaze you, like real-time data that would amaze you, data which your country, your statistical service, or your data gathering government agency, whichever country you are, okay, in Africa, Indeed, as a company or as an agency, wherever it is, okay, can give you data, real-time data that would baffle you, that would beat your mind. Okay, and so yeah, the job search structure, the job search criteria is always different. In Africa, you could have a job just by speaking to people even before they get them their CVs. Okay, whereas in the Western world, whatever it is, a lot of the times, yeah, unless it's like a 1 in a million, okay, 1 in 1,000, those offers do happen. But then a lot of the times it's just get online. You'd see a poster posted on a door, oh, vacancy, come in. You go inside and they're like, oh, go apply online. And if you apply online, you're added to this pool of people from across the world who are also applying for the same job. So yeah, the structures are entirely different, for which reason perhaps we do not get this coverage if it comes to job loss. Again, the perceived impact. Now with this one, I want to say that developed economies are often viewed as more stable. Well, that's what they always say. They're viewed as more stable, so the job losses are seen more significant. Okay, developing economies, on the other side, do not have that kind of stability. In developing countries, jobs are seen as having more resilient informal jobs, which to us, I would say, is always like a good thing to us. They might not be formalized, they might not be structured. Okay, and it's because we run a lot of like tabletop businesses, okay, which are very resilient. Like, you run this thing, it's not working, and then it's easy for you to, venture into something else. Like, you really don't have to close down, call for, liquidation, and all of them structured things. A lot of Africans don't care about that, which sometimes is good. Not good for the government, because you're not able to get your taxes, your revenues as how you'd want it to be, okay. But then a lot of businesses tend to survive, tend to live long, like people who sell on the streets, by the street side, small tabletop, small kiosk shops, they tend to survive, and they live long, as compared to really structured and formal ways. So these 3 pointers I've raised, okay, media focus, the economic structures, and then the perceived impact, might be some of the reasons why I think that all of these job losses happening across the world is only it seemed to be happening only in Europe, only in the Americans, only in the Asians. But then you're hardly hearing from the other side of town. You're not hearing from Africa and how job losses are affecting us, okay. But whichever way it is, I think Africa might be doing a good thing. I don't know, but then we might be swimming within some safety net, and for which reason you're not hearing that much of a job loss, or we are okay living our lives, just how unstructured we are, just how perceived the perception that people have for us, okay. Anyway, I just thought I should share this thing with you, and let me know what you guys think. Why do you think the coverage is just centered on Western cultures and Western world, but not within the African context? Why are we not being mentioned, okay, if it comes to this whole job loss wahala that is happening across the world? Anyway, we'll talk in some other video.